5 years ago, Brent and I were introduced as sponsors to 4-year-old Mary Mwende through ChildFund International, part of the Life Journey Church Missions outreach. Over the years, we have exchanged cards and letters, developing a relationship beyond the monthly contributions we make to help support the family. Last year, we had an opportunity to travel to the slums of Lunga Lunga in Kenya to meet Mary. The smell of the slums greeted us long before we ever met Mary or her mother, Stella. I have been exposed to some foul-smelling stuff in my life, but this was the strongest, most pungent, indescribable smell ever. The poverty here was overwhelming. Shacks were constructed from cardboard or plastic, while those who were a little better off refashioned old corrugated iron sheets into living quarters. Homes were stacked on top of homes, with only a narrow alleyway separating the entryway of one home from another. It is not uncommon that a living space for a family of 5 might be as large as a 10 by 20 size space. The heat inside the shack is so oppressive that it is no surprise that the villagers crowd the streets during the day. Raw sewage is one of the biggest issues plaguing this community. It impacts their health, their water, and their general living conditions. There are no waste disposal services, so sewage fills the streets. Residents have become experts in hopping from one spot to another to avoid the waste. But when Brent and I tried to do the same, at one point I slipped off of a small rock I had found for refuge and right into the sewage. Everything you can imagine, including human waste, gushed into my sandals. Water, something we take for granted every day, is a luxury, but it is pumped into the community from this source. The water lines are simply rubber hoses that, over time, have been damaged from exposure. This damage allows the sewage from the streets to further contaminate the water source that is used for cleaning and cooking. Community showers and community toilets are available on a pay-per-use basis. In American terms, it would be like paying $10 every time you, your spouse, or your children need to use a bathroom. Without the means to afford this, the sanitation problem is compounded with the development of what they call flying toilets. In response, ChildFund provides services in 4 primary areas: education, health and medication, water and sanitation, and the Economic Empowerment Project. ChildFund has filled the education gaps by constructing a new schoolhouse for the 2,400 children in the community, providing textbooks and resources, and offering schooling for preschool and kindergarten. Every day at school, the children are fed porridge that contains a good balance of nutrients to help support healthy growth and development. ChildFund performs health checks every quarter and provides vitamin supplements and deworming tablets as well. They provide training on water safety and give water vessels and purifying tablets to families to help filter and clean their water. Finally, the Economic Empowerment Project provides business skills training and a voluntary savings and loan program that includes the planning and management of income-generating activities. For 8 hours, Mary smiled and walked with a bounce in her step as she held my hand through the community she called home. She has grown into a beautiful, curious 9-year-old. But the day was bittersweet. We felt such joy to spend time with this family we had only known by letter, and we were encouraged to see how our monthly contributions could help make a difference in the life of one family. Yet the sights, smells, and sounds of this stark reality has affected us forever. As we drove away, the tears that I had withheld all day flooded down my cheeks. This is their quality of life, all that they know. But this is not what normal should look like. There is no reason for anyone to have to live in these types of conditions.